Hello, hola reinas. Welcome back to the Box Fit Queens channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to throw a boxing hook. I'll teach you the proper mechanics behind a hook, and I'll show you with and without boxing gloves so that you can know how to do the proper placement of your hand. Okay, so first thing is you want to get in your boxing stance, okay? Get in your boxing stance, and just remember that all the power comes from below. So it comes from your legs up to your core, and then you use your hips to get your power in there. So when you're throwing a hook, a lot of the times you see a lot of arm flinging or just kind of like whipping the arm. The purpose behind the hook is that when you're following through with a punch, everything is going to turn into that hook, okay? So first things first is when you're throwing a hook, you don't slap, you don't hit with the wrist. You are actually in a hook position. Your arm is just like a hook. Your thumb is up. You want to keep that thumb tucked in, okay? And you are hitting with this part here. Remember, you don't want to hit with this part. You want to hit with this part. So let's say we're following through after a cross. We're going to turn here. Notice my feet are turning in with that hook, okay? We don't want to wind up too much, but if we're throwing a hook, we're going to stop right here and follow through with that hook, okay? So all the power is coming through here. Always make sure you turn your foot, because if you just throw your arm, there's not gonna really be power behind it. But if you follow through with everything else there's gonna be power, and of course you wanna follow all the way through with your punch, okay? So that's how you throw your hook, especially when you're shadow boxing. Remember, thumb up, fist tighten. Make sure you're hitting with this part, and make sure there's an actual hook in your arm, okay? Don't just slap or throw a stiff arm. Okay, so now I want to teach you how to throw a hook on the punching bag with boxing gloves on, okay? The same thing's going to apply. You're going to keep your thumb tucked in. You want to make sure that your fists are tight, your wrist is turning in with the hook, making sure your arm is in a hook position, okay? So let's say we're following through from a cross, hook. Again, remember, my thumb is up, my arm is in a hook position, my foot down below is turned. I turn my hip into the shot, okay? What I don't want to do is I do not want to slap. We don't want to hit with this. We also don't just want to throw a punch without turning our body into it, because then there's not as much power or it's not as effective. So just remember, thumb tucked in, fist tight, making sure we're hitting with this part of our glove. Okay, so when we're throwing hooks, we're turning the hips, turning our body, and making sure that we're lifting our arm up to get that hook position. So I hope this tutorial helped you. Let me know what else you would like me to teach you when it comes to boxing.